Right, today we're going to look at these AV to USB capture devices. So basically these take inputs from like older consoles, things like that, and allows you to plug it into the PC, run a bit of software and capture the video and audio directly. Now, I did do a review of a replacement one that I bought, but I thought I would have a look and see if I can get these two working. Now, this one is intermittent. Sometimes you plug it up, it will be seen in Windows and it will work for a short period of time, and then it will just either stop responding or stop recording, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to do some capturing. So I'm going to actually leave this one for now, and we're going to focus on this one because when you plug this one into Windows, you get nothing at all. It doesn't even see it, although the light does come on. Now, this is plugged into a laptop, which is currently off the side of the screen. If I plug it in, we get the green light, so it's getting power. And then if I go to Device Manager, you can see that it's plugged in. So if I unplug it and then plug it back in, you can see that there's nothing there. It doesn't see any cameras. If I plug this one in, we should see a camera up here. Takes a couple of seconds. There we go. AV to USB 2. Okay. So this one, as I say, does work, but it's intermittent. This one, absolutely nothing. Let's get into this one. So I'm going to get this under the microscope. Straight away, we've got a couple of capacitors. Now this is a voltage regulator, I'm pretty sure. Way back, probably about 9 or 10 months ago, I did a VGA converter that had one of these that was blown. This one doesn't look blown. A17C. That's probably something to do with the USB to prevent it getting shorted and stuff. Got a crystal, some capacitors, and macro silicon. This will be the main CPU, I'd imagine. Now, AT24C16, is that RAM, maybe? Not sure about that. And then it goes to here. So I wonder if there's anything on the other side. And the answer would be no. So everything is on this side. So let me just put this back on. So where do we think? So with no data at all, I'm going to say we check this first. I think this is a voltage regulator. This is probably ground. We've got an input and an output. Maybe have a look and see if I can get a data sheet for this. So this is ground, voltage out, voltage in. So I think what we'll do is we'll get a power pack and plug this in. I'm not going to plug this into the PC and do any checks while it's running, because I don't want, if I short something out, then, well, we could short out the USB bus on the laptop. So we should have ground on pin 1 and the voltage on the, well, actually this pin as well. So maybe make it easier. So 3.3 volts, so the voltage is good. So this should be voltage in, and it's 5 volts. So that is working well. Right, let's see. The 3.3 volts comes through this B13, and then it looks like it goes into here. So we can actually check the crystal, 12 megahertz crystal. Oh, that's a fuse, isn't it? So, okay, let's look at the fuse. Try to show it so I don't. I would say that's working. And then we've got a resistor, a couple of capacitors. Let's see if the capacitors are shorted. They're all okay. I think we don't need to worry too much about these at the moment. I think it's going to either be this, the crystal, or maybe this. So I guess if we check that there is a I guess if we check there's a good clock signal there. So either this is not running, which in turn would stop the CPU from running. This might have some impact on it, but that looks like one of these, could be a TVS diode array. Capacitors are fine. Let's test this now, and then we can check that the clock is going into here. And then, I don't know what this is here. Let's have a look at this. AT24C16. That's an EEPROM. So this will contain the code for here. So this is just a processor rather than anything else. And this will contain the code for that. So, well, we can see various lines on there. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have a look at this clock and make sure that we're getting a good clock signal there. And then once we do that, we'll have a check of this to make sure that this is getting power. And then because it uses serial data, we'll put the scope back on this as well and see if there's any communication between the EEPROM and here. And I guess we could look at the various data lines on here to see if anything's happening, and then see if we're getting any data on this. So let's get the scope, check the crystal first. Well, I would say that's a good clock signal. So crystal is running, and now it's hooked up to the PC. So on that data pin, I'll just refresh this, and I don't see anything there at all. It's ground. Nothing. Just look around here, see if there's any. Is there any activity? That macro silicon chip does pretty much everything. The third pin up here is the crystal in, and this one is the crystal out. So that looks okay. This is one of the GPIO pins. If there is anything there or not. No. So it's there's no data there. I'm tempted to remove this one and the other one from the other device, take it and put it on here and see if that fixes it. And then at least we have one working at the two. Looking at this, I'm going to say I don't think it's this, because we're getting good voltage and everything through it. I'm going to say it's either this EEPROM, or it's EEPROM, that's become corrupted, maybe suffered a voltage spike or something, or it's this. Now we can remove the one from the other device and put it in here, and then if it still doesn't work, because we know that one in this one in the other one, it is working. then it's definitely this. I'm hoping it's not this. But let's get the other one open. We'll swap these chips over and go from there. Okay, all right, what I need to do is get the other one open and get that chip out of that one. Now, wait a minute. Just looking at these two, they are actually different. Interesting. Very, very similar. Not quite the same. This is a U116B and this is a U116C. Oh, and it's a different processor as well. MS2107. This one is an MS2106S maybe, or 5. I can't quite see that. S. Oh, I should have checked that first. This one's 2 years newer, which means the code is probably going to be different. It's not the same. Ah, okay. Right. What an idiot. I mean, we could try it. I mean, nothing ventured. So we'll just do it anyway. Yeah, let's do it anyway. I don't actually think this is going to work. This is kind of foolhardy, but well. Okay, we are done with that then. So what we'll do is we'll put it back into the case. So let's put that there. So we don't need to plug the connectors back on just yet. So this is the non-working one that isn't seen by Windows, with the chip from the other one on that we are almost certain is not going to work. Okay, so we have the laptop just off to the side here with the connector. We'll plug it in and let's hope this doesn't blow up the laptop. And as I suspected, absolutely nothing. Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. I don't think that's going to work on there. So looking at this one then, I mean, we haven't really ruled out this or this. I don't know how we can go much further. I don't think we can get one of these. I might have a look, but I don't think we can get one of these. The problem we have is that to purchase one of these would probably cost more than the whole unit. So it just doesn't make sense. Let's unplug this. Okay, what I might do is take this one off, put it back on here. Interestingly, let's plug this in without the thing on. Okay, that's interesting then, because it's actually found the AV to USB, even without the firmware. So it's got some logic in it that it can do some stuff. And as you can see, the AV to USB has appeared. Okay, well, that was an interesting test actually, because what we'll do is we'll take this back off and put it on here, but it means that this is likely to be the cause of the failure, because this one works and is seen in Windows even without the kind of EEPROM on it. Yeah, so that tells us that it's not this chip. Well, this is the faulty one. It's not this chip, it's this one. And realistically, to buy another one of those, it's just not practical, because you get another one of these is about 10 UK pounds, maybe 12. And you just can't buy one of those for that. It's just not worth it. Okay, I think that was a good test. I think we've proved our point there. So let's get this back on here and finish up the video. Okay, so I think we've proved really that this one isn't going to be fixed anytime soon. So it looks definitely like that main IC is faulty. I think probably with this one it's a voltage issue, and it may be that AMS chip needs to be replaced, and we may even take the one out of here and put it in here, and that might be enough to fix it. Right, just a bit of an update. I did actually end up taking the AMS chip and swapping it over to the lower one, and ran it for about an hour, recording some video from the PlayStation with no issues at all. So it does seem like that one is now fully working. So that's a great result. Anyway, we'll leave it there for today. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you wish to, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.